You in there? What's up, guys? It's Lee here, the bartending, photo boothing, rental guy, and today we're going to take a look at my warehouse. I've been meaning to do this for a while, however, I haven't had a chance to get it clean. It's not clean yet, it's never going to get clean. Let's get into it. Wait. You probably need to know how I got here first. So let's start from the beginning. I want to let everyone know that things do get easier. That was only a year ago. We got to go back further. Whoa. 3.5 years ago, I started from my garage and I worked my way up. So here is the transition of me going from my garage, moving to a warehouse to where I am right now to the warehouse tour. So I have made almost 400 videos. So let's just go down. We need to go down to the very first, there it is, the very first video. Hey everyone, I'm Lee and this is my YouTube channel. I'm starting a rental business from my garage. This is my journey and I just want to show you that you can do it too. Start from your garage. All right, first things first, let's take a look at the outside of my shop here. It's just in this building here. All right, bring it in.
This is awesome.
Moving into my warehouse, I actually made it quite easy. So all the rentals that went out from my garage from one busy weekend, I had them return back to here. So it's like, hey, basically everything was rented out. On a good busy season, when you're first starting out, if you have all the right products, everything will be rented out. If you've done good enough advertising, tents, tables, chairs, basically those are the items you want to start with. Back to the walkthrough.
All right, first things first, let's take a look at the outside of my shop here. It's just in this building here.
Welcome to my back room. So my back room is where I built some of these marquee letters, and it's where I store my tents. So before, when I was in my garage, I used to store my tents in a separate bay about a block away that I'd have to drive away and then load up the tents to go to the gigs. But now I keep the tents in this back tent room here. So let's check it out. Okay, so I've got some husky racking here with pop-up tent walls. Now, pop-up tent walls do I have here? I've got window walls, I've got plain walls, and then I've got light-duty tents with walls. I'll show you what they are. And then I've got some marquee tents, high-peak frame tents, boxes that carry all the components. So all the metal fitting pieces, right? Then you just turn around this way here, and here's all the poles for the frame tents that I have on a baker's rack. So basically the baker's rack's on wheels and it just pulls out this way. So when I need to load them up in the summertime, they just, bam, the poles go right out. So one thing that you'll notice, everything's on wheels so that it can be wheeled somewhere else in the shop. That's very important. Everything on wheels. Okay, so I've got some of my tools back here. I've got the Haas Boss, so this is how I transport my homemade cinder blocks, or what you may call block and roll. I've got a whole video on that.
There, she's in.
Awesome work. Good work, Jace. She's got such a nice shape to her, hey?
I like this a lot more than that other one.
Here I've got the tent jack. So the tent jack helps me put my high peak frame tents up because they're heavy, right? Okay, so now just take the clip and hook it onto the tent. Fantastic. Over here, I've got the Bosch Brute, which is the stake driver that drives the big tent stakes. So we go way up here, see in those buckets there, that's where I carry pop-up tent stuff. So stakes and ratchets for pop-up tents, I give them to customers inside those pails. Let's take a look. If you use ratchets with pop-up tents, they get tangled. Customers just fight with them. I recommend getting these Ericsson retractable ratchets. I love how much of a time saver that they are. Pole tent poles, pole tents, pole tent walls kind of all over the place. And marquee tent walls kind of are the rest of everything here. It's marquee tent walls. There's lights in these containers here. Okay, so tents need to be protected. We've got these tent bags with these great alligator clips on them. And then some of the tents are just wrapped around with white tarps and ratchets. You have to wrap them with something, so if you can afford it, get these awesome tent bags with alligator clips. And you won't regret it. It's so easy to carry them. They've got handles at the side, so you have two guys. They lift them so easily. However, when they're wrapped with stuff like this, they're a little bit harder to do. Just make sure and wrap them. Get a good tent bag if you can. So this is a 20 by 20 pole tent in a bag here, this little guy. So this is how big a 20 by 20 pole tent is. This is a 20 by 30 pole tent right here. In this bag right here is a 20 by 40 pole tent, so you kind of know how big that is. And then these ones right here and these two right here are 20 by 30 marquee tent tops. Tent walls in a bag. So I'm in the bathroom here and I've got all sorts of bags there. So these bags right here, get them from Walmart, and I put tent walls in them to keep them protected. So you see here, I've got different kinds of pole tent poles here. I've got these 7-foot homemade ones that are made with fence posts. I've got a video on kind of how I've done that. And then I've got these other ones. These are aluminum, anodized aluminum. Sorry, I can't even talk. These are anodized aluminum, so they've got like a special coating dipped on them so that when they touch the vinyl of the tent that they don't make those black marks. So these homemade poles, they do leave black marks, and I try not to use these ones. And these ones are quite heavy, whereas these ones are light, the aluminum ones. So you'll notice I've got a little yellow kit here. It's basically a pole tent squaring kit, right? So you need 2 of these tape measurers to square the pole tent, and then you'll also need a tape measure to kind of measure out the stake line, and then some spray paint, preferably white, not this color, so that you can mark where all the stakes and the poles are gonna go, so you match it up correctly. And then these little wood pieces are anti-sink for under the poles, right? So on pole tents that don't already have like a flat piece that goes in, then you want to put these under, because the ground will get soft and the poles will sink in, and it will just keep your tent loosened up unless the ground is dry as a fart in an old couch. So on this rolling cart here, you can see that I've got some snap lock dance floor. So I just keep it like that on a rolling cart. They're 3x3 panels, so just make sure that it's big enough to roll around on that. You can also just transport the dance floor on one of these. Works the same way. So I've got marquee letter storage here. As you can see, they store pretty easily. These are the 3-foot marquee letters. If you purchase them, just know they look, they can fit anywhere. You can fit that in a garage, so. So, quick little interjection while we're on the subject of the light up marquee letters. I've been approached by many people to do sponsorship opportunities on this channel. However, I have tried to avoid this as much as possible because I believe that I don't want to muddy up the channel too hard unless it's with things that are relevant. So instead of doing that, obviously you know I've released the marquee letters, the downloadable blueprints that you can purchase from me so that you can start your own alphabet business. and it helps support the channel, and then it doesn't make everything muddied up on the channel with advertising spots. Rather than you can support me and then also build light up marquee letter business yourself. So follow the link in the descriptions, or if you're a photo boother, we've got boother tools as well. That's me and Les, TRB Vlogs. So thanks. Quick ad from me, my stuff. Will you marry me? Okay, so the front room, I try to make this room the nicest. Obviously it doesn't look nice on this wall. I'm gonna put some wallpaper up there, but you know, everything's able to go away. So this all just, the barrels can just roll out, the bar can roll out, everything can be taken out of this room. It's a semi-permanent display. So I've got my electronics room, photo booths, all the speakers, all the video game systems, and miscellaneous cords, projectors, blah, blah, blah. Under surveillance camera. See this little guy here? This is a Surface Pro photo booth. Me and Les have a ton of these things. So if you check Les's channel, I'm sure he's dropping a video about a Surface Pro photo booth, and we're actually just dropping brand new build instructions on how to build this little guy too. So if you want to head over to Boother Tools, our photo booth website, and check out how to build this guy, it's pretty sweet.
Scan your QR code, follow your prompts. We can just follow the prompts through on our phone, and we can send it to ourselves via text message. And there you go, and you can share it that way with you and your friends. It's a great add-on for 2020.
Okay, so this is one of our first models that we built. So it's got a Surface Pro 2 in the back, and it's well, you can see it's homemade. This is before we started really manufacturing these things on the CNC machine. But yeah, that's what the build looks like right there. And you can see a video of actually how I'm slapping the insides together right here. So heading this way in the shop, just kind of near the out garage bay, this is the functional computer. So this is a Surface Pro 2 that I have hooked up with Bookable, my event rental program. So basically when stuff comes out and gets loaded up, I can just quickly mark it off on my system here, and it's easy. Plus it's on wheels, so it can roll out to a different location, or not that there's much location in here, but you get what I'm talking about. You get it. Guys, welcome to my rooftop. This is one of my space savers up here where I put the off-season things. So tents are off-season right now, so this is where majority of my pop-ups go. Walking through this way, I've also got a room that's on top of the office there where I can store stuff. Eventually I plan to put some decor and stuff up here. So I kind of have shelving here and then flower sections and everything. Just walk up and grab light items like flowers, right? You put the light stuff up high. I'm still kind of trying to figure out where everything goes, but right here, kind of close access, I've got all the small little decor items. So I've got these little boxes that contain the little light up letters and all the little signs and so forth right here. You know, Mr. and Mrs. and all of these little items that actually are quite profitable. now it's time to take a look at how I make my website, put all this stuff on my digital space, and make it great for SEO. But we're gonna save that for another video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Sub to the channel if you haven't, if you like this content and you want to see more of it. And ask some questions in the comments. If you see anything that I didn't quite touch on enough that I need to touch on more, drop it in the comments. Press a like on this video if you can. Just do what you can to help it grow. Every time you press like or press subscribe, it helps the channel grow. And then I get motivated to make more videos. So let's do it. You do your part, I'll do my part, and we'll all grow together as rental companies. Thanks for watching. As always, you stay classy.